So I used to get frustrated because of the fight, because of the obstacles, because of all the noise, because of. Today I'm not feeling good. This person aggravated me. I gotta take care of this. I gotta take care of that. Something going on in the family. There's always something going on. But when I sit back and thought about it, you know, we were actually born fighting. You know, all those little cells, those sperm cells, trying to hit the right egg first, to get it first. Think about all the other cells that didn't make it, those millions. Some say billions, some say even trillions. And you had to fight to get here. So that in and of itself shows that you have the fight in you. But somehow or another, we allow life and people putting limits on our abilities, saying this was only meant for these kind of people, this was meant for this kind of person. And all of a sudden, we kind of just give up on what is possible for us. We give up on what we could possibly be doing with our lives, how we could be impacting others. And we kind of sit back and we wait and we wait and we wait for someone to just put something into our lap and say, here you go. We know you want it deep down inside, so we're just going to give it to you. Well, I've been living on this earth for quite a long time, and I can tell you that no one's going to give you nothing. That you're going to have to go out and take what you want. You're going to have to go out and put some work. You're going to have to continue to knock on the door. You have to continue to chip at that old redwood tree until you accomplish your goal. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some struggle. It's going to take all of the things that most people are not willing to endure to get to that other side. You know, on the other side of fear is your purpose, is your goal, is your dream. On the other side of hard work is your purpose, is your goal, is your dream. But we don't want it to be hard, or we don't want it to be hard for too long. Man, if it's gonna take longer than a week for me to achieve my goal, man, I'm not doing this. Or if it's gonna take more than 6 months, then I'm just gonna give up. Anything worth really having, you're gonna have to invest the work and the sweat equity into getting it. You're gonna have to be willing to change your mind. When I say change, I mean you have to unwire the way you've been taught to go about achieving things. You're gonna have to rewire your mind to say, look, I realize I gotta suffer to get what I want, through hard work, through criticism, through whatever it is. But if you could stay focused and just continue to do what's necessary, you could have that very thing that you want. Even in the Bible, people, Jesus said, suffer. He said, you're gonna have to suffer to get to the kingdom. Everybody seems to want to go to heaven, but nobody want to die. Nobody want to train. Nobody want to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Nobody want to read and study. Nobody want to put down an action plan. Everybody just want to talk. Man, it's time out for talking, because the people in this world that are making it are the doers. I'm committed to be a doer. I'm committed to every day work on myself. Working on myself is a full-time job, people. In fact, sometimes it's a job in which I have to put in some overtime. So with all that time I'm putting in building what I want to build and investing in myself, I don't have time to think about what other people think about me. I don't have time to think about what people say cannot be done and how it can't happen. I only have time to focus on doing the thing that I want to do, to build what I want to build. You've been put here to create and to bring something forth that can benefit others. And if you're not going to commit to doing that, then it's not going to happen. You're just going to die with that dream inside of you. You're going to die not experiencing the life that you wanted because it's inside of you. It keeps trying to come out, but we allow fear and doubt and procrastination and distraction to keep us from staying the course. I had this analogy come to me, and it came from The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, and it was about Dorothy and how she was instructed that in order for her to get to the land of Oz, that she had to stay on the yellow brick road. And you know, she had these distractions as she was going on the yellow brick road, and so it is for your life. In order to get to the Oz of your purpose, or the Oz of your future, or the Oz of your dreams, you're gonna have to stay consistent and work and follow that blueprint, that yellow brick road of work and the things you gotta do to get to where you wanna go. And a lot of people are not willing to do it. So when you're doing it, the reason why most people are saying it can't be done is because they quit. See, if you quit, you're guaranteed not to have what you really want in life. But if you continue to work, it's not about you achieving your goal in 1 month or a week or even a year or 5 years. It's about who you become in the process, because in the process, you become the person you're supposed to be. A person that follows through with your commitments. A person that has a work ethic. A person that is very critical about how they use their time. Rich people and billionaires are rich and have the billions because of how they utilize their time and the way they keep those millions and those billions, and the way they continue to increase is because how they utilize their time. You and I have hurt ourselves because how we use our time and by what we allow on our calendar every day. You show me a man's calendar, you show me his activities every day, his patterns, then I can pretty much tell you where he's going to end up in life, because your pattern, your routines is going to become your final destiny. And many of us don't want to accept those truths, but that's just the reality. If I constantly eat 4,000 or 5,000 calories worth of food every day and I don't work out, I don't train, and the food I eat is unhealthy, and the food I eat don't have the right nutrients in it, and I make sure I eat at least 1,200 calories before I go to bed, along with that every night, I'm going to get out of shape, I'm going to get unhealthy, I'm going to eventually become sick. Because it's my routines and my patterns that are going to lead me to my destiny. And so it is with you and me. If we don't do what's necessary every day to get to where we really want to go, then we're not going to be able to achieve those things we really want. But if we do hard work and sacrifice, continue to work on ourselves, work on our purpose, and make sure we are critical about how we utilize our time, we can get to the place we want to go in life. Because we only got one shot at life. Now, if I knew for a fact, a guaranteed bona fide fact, that I had 5 chances, 5 do-overs in life, like I get another chance to start over again and be born again physically, then I'll just swim the time every chance I get. The first 2 rounds, because you got all these chances, but unfortunately you don't have all those chances. You gotta do what you gotta do now. You've got to build your life today, right now, because see, after this shot, you're done. So get focused on your craft and recognize that it is possible. But you got to commit, have the tunnel vision, the work ethic to pull off the dream that's within you so the world can see what you were meant to do.